Welcome, friends, family, students, fans to ABC Interactive English. I'm Shane.
And I'm Karen. Today, we are looking at part 1 of Route 66, the Mother Road.
Okay.
Route 66.
Yeah, it's a pretty famous route. Basically, like a highway, right? That goes all across the United States. And it ends in California. I'm from California, so I'm pretty familiar with Route 66. I've driven on Route 66 before.
Really? So I guess you can share a lot of interesting facts about Route 66 with us today.
Not really, but I've taken some pretty cool road trips before. Have you?
Yes, I have actually. Well, in Canada. How about you?
Yeah, like the longest trip I took was from Los Angeles to Neosho, Missouri with my best friend, and that was about 2,500 kilometers.
That's pretty far.
Took about 3 days. You know, we rested, stayed in the hotel on the way. One day we slept in the car.
Really?
Yeah.
The road trips are always fun. Well, when I was little, my dad also took us on a road trip.
Okay.
Well, you know, I'm from Toronto, so we drove from Toronto to Vancouver.
That's pretty far.
It's like all across Canada.
Wow.
So I remember it was around 4,300 kilometers.
Oh, wow. That's like a lot more than mine.
Yeah, it took us about a week to do that.
Ooh.
It was really fun though, and we got to see different cities along the way.
That sounds really fun. Okay, let's get into today's lesson about Route 66.
All right.
What was 2,400 miles long and passed through 8 states? It was Route 66. It was one of the first national highways in the U.S. It came to be in November 1926.
So we're looking at part 1 of Route 66, the Mother Road. So first of all, Shane, can you please explain to us what route means?
Okay, so a route, it's just a way that you follow to get from one place to another. When we're describing routes like for transportation, typically it's just like a highway, right? So for example, you could say, we took a dangerous route.
Oh, maybe there's some bears along the way or some scary animals?
It could be, yeah, right. So you could be walking a route. You could be driving a route. So a route is literally just how you go from one place to another. And they say this is the mother of all routes, right?
The Mother Road.
The Mother Road, right? Which is the mother of all routes, or Mother Road. What they mean by that, it just means that it's kind of like the biggest one. It's like when you think of it, it's just like, when we say that it's the mother of something, you just mean that it's like the 最厉害的, like that kind of idea.
Okay, so we're going to be learning about this famous road, Route 66, which you are familiar with.
Yeah, well, I've driven on and I'm not that familiar with it. Okay, let's begin.
Okay.
What was 2,400 miles long and passed through 8 states?
Wow, 8 states. First of all, we're looking at this word mile, and that is a noun.
It is.
A mile is a unit of distance equal to 1,760 yards or approximately 1.6 kilometers.
Okay, so a mile is about 1.6 kilometers.
That's right. And I think people in Taiwan are familiar with kilometers, but not so much with miles, because I think people only use miles in the States.
Pretty much, yeah. We're like one of the only people. I think sometimes they will use miles in like the UK, but typically everyone except The United States.
Because in Canada, we also use kilometers as well.
Okay.
Okay, so we have an example sentence for miles. They drove 600 miles across the desert.
Okay. And we also have another vocabulary word, which is state. So, for example, I'm from California.
That's right.
In America, that is a state in the United States. So a state is it's an organized political community that forms part of a country, right? So in the United States, we have 50 states.
That's right.
Right? So, for example, I'm from the state of California.
Okay, let's continue. It was Route 66. So that's the answer to our question.
Right.
It was one of the first national highways in the US. It came to be in November 1926.
What does it mean it came to be?
Well, I think people started building this one completed in 1926.
Ah, okay.
Okay, and we're looking at this word here, highway, and that is a noun. A highway is a main road, especially one that connects towns or cities. So, for example, there's always a traffic jam on the highway during rush hour. And that's probably true in many, many different places, right?
Yes, especially here in Taipei. There's a lot of traffic during rush hour.
So what's rush hour?
So a rush hour is just the time when people are going to school or work, either in the morning or when people are getting off of school or work in the afternoon or evening.
That's right.
We call that rush hour.
And there's always a traffic jam everywhere, right?
Pretty much any route you take, yes, during those times, you are going to get stuck in traffic. Okay, why don't we take a short break and we will get back to Route 66.
All right.
Route 66 connected Chicago to Santa Monica, California. It was the primary east-west route for a long time. During the Great Depression, many people went searching for better lives on it. Then, in the 1950s, Route 66 became popular with people on vacation. They wanted to experience all the interesting shops and sights along the road.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were looking at this famous road in the United States of America.
It's a highway.
That's right, called Route 66. And it's one of the first national highways ever built in the United States. And it was completed in 1926.
1926, wow.
Yes, and
right before the Great Depression.
Oh, that's right.
Whoa.
And it's very long. It's about 2,400 miles long. And I did the conversion. It's actually around 3,800 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
So people in Taiwan have a better understanding of how long Route 66 is.
Okay, so let's learn more about Route 66.
All right.
Route 66 connected Chicago to Santa Monica, California. It was the primary east-west route for a long time. Okay, yeah, and I live very close to Santa Monica, California, where I grew up in Los Angeles. So connect, what does that mean? It just means to join together two or more things, right? So it connected Chicago with Santa Monica.
That's right.
Okay. So, for example, you could say, I connected the monitor to the computer.
You link them together, right? Okay. And the next vocabulary word we're looking at is primary, and that is an adjective. So basically, it just means of first rank or importance or value. So basically, we're saying that it's a very important route. And I could say that the three primary colors are red, yellow, and blue.
Okay, so primary also has the idea of like being important.
That's right, exactly. Okay, let's continue. During the Great Depression, many people went searching for better lives on it. So you mentioned the Great Depression a little earlier. So do you mind explaining to everyone what the Great Depression was?
I do not mind at all.
Okay.
So the Great Depression lasted from about 1929 to 1939.
About 10 years.
Or we could say a decade.
That's right.
Right? And it was basically a time of economic depression. Depression just means that basically things go down. So the economy was very low. This was a worldwide thing. So many people lost their jobs. Many people were homeless. And so basically people were in really, really tough times. There was a lot of poor people during that time.
Exactly. So it says that during the Great Depression, many people went searching for better lives on it. So when they say on it, it means Route 66. So I guess a lot of people try their best to find different opportunities and different jobs along the way. So they were probably driving from cities to cities, trying to find different job opportunities.
Exactly. Continuing, then in the 1950s, Route 66 became popular with people on vacation.
Oh.
Yeah, and I do think of that when I think of Route 66, and if you've ever seen in Hollywood movies, you have a lot of people doing like a road trip or taking a vacation, and they will go along this very famous Route 66. Okay? Continuing, they wanted to experience all the interesting shops and sights along the road.
Wow. Okay, so I guess there are a lot of fun things to see, right?
Yeah, like there are, like if you were to go on the internet, so if you travel to the United States and you would like to do a road trip, Route 66 is one of the best routes to take. And you could find basically an itinerary telling you all of the tourist sites and things that you can see along the way. And yeah, it could be a very fun trip.
Okay, so for tourists or for people who want to take road trip is a great idea, right?
Right. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for part 1, but make sure that you join us for part 2 because we've got more information on Route 66.
All right, I can't wait. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What was 2,400 miles long and passed through 8 states? It was Route 66. It was one of the first national highways in the U.S. It came to be in November 1926. Route 66 connected Chicago to Santa Monica, California. It was the primary east-west route for a long time. During the Great Depression, many people went searching for better lives on it. Then, in the 1950s, Route 66 became popular with people on vacation. They wanted to experience all the interesting shops and sights along the road.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 mile 名词里英里。I run 1 mile before bed every day. 我每天睡前都会跑1英里。下一个单字 state 名词美国、德国、澳洲等的州。California is a state on the west coast of the United States. 加利福尼亚是美国西海岸的一个州。下一个单字 highway 名词公路。We took the highway to get to that city. 我们走公路到达那个城市。最后一个单字 primary 形容词主要的。Mandy's primary concern is her children's health. Mandy 主要关心的是她孩子的健康。Concern 指的是关心。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个 pass through 经过、通过，这是一个不可以分开的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句。We passed through several towns on our way to the mountains. 我们在前往山区的途中有经过几个小镇。下一个文法 come to 加动词开始做某事。我们来看看这个例句。Tim wants to know how the city came to be. Tim 想知道这个城市如何形成的。最后一个文法 on vacation 度假。这个用法的 vacation 指的是假期，是一个不可数名词。我们来看看这个例句。I made some new friends when I was on vacation in Japan. 我在日本度假时交了几个新朋友。以上就是这一课的重点单词跟文法，我们下一课再见，拜拜。
Hey, 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 it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
And today we are going to work on some translations.
Hi.
That's not very nice. Usually, if we need to excuse ourselves to pick up a phone call, there are more polite ways to do it instead of just walking off.
Ooh, sorry, wrong number.
Well, especially if it's a wrong number. Today, we are going to learn how to translate to be polite to excuse ourselves.
Sorry. So we are going to test your translating skills. So from Chinese to English. So please select one. Oh, good choice. Okay, very good. We have
对不起，你能说大声一点吗？
Sorry, can you a little loud?
Pardon? A bit louder, please. Sorry. Can you please louder your voice a little bit?
Excuse me, could you speak louder?
very good. Okay, yeah, excuse me. Could you speak a little louder, please? Right, very good. 对不起，我很快回来。
I'm so in hurry to get back.
I'm almost there. Or
对不起，我很快回来。
I will come back ASAP.
Oh, I'll come back ASAP. Very good. Or, excuse me, or pardon me, I will be right back.
Oh yeah.
She gets a bonus point because she used an abbreviation.
Oh, okay. That's a different segment though. All right, so what did we learn today? For today's translations, we learned how to excuse ourselves from different situations. The first one is, excuse me, can you speak up, please? Or you can say, pardon me, can you speak a little louder, please? And the last one is, excuse me, I'll be back soon. You can also say, pardon me, I will be right back. And these are our translations for today. Kiwi later!